Okay, so now that we have finished the first 2 pages, I'm going to read aloud this second page and then talk about what you're going to do with this work. All right. The night the Martians landed, October 30th, 1938, was perhaps the most frightening night that thousands of Americans would ever experience. It was the night that the science fiction novel, The War of the Worlds, was presented in the form of a radio news broadcast. Orson Welles, who would later become a famous movie actor and director, made the broadcast from a studio in New York City. The story was about Martians invading the Earth. Before the program began, Welles explained that the news broadcast was fiction. But many listeners tuned in late, therefore, they missed Welles' explanation that this was a radio play. As a result, thousands of people thought that the Earth was really being invaded by Martians. As people listened, some began to panic because the broadcast seemed real. Some people called their friends and relatives to warn them. Others alerted local police stations to the danger. Still, others reportedly ran out into the streets, into parks, and into their cars, hoping to escape the invasion. Newspapers reported huge traffic jams and overloaded telephone lines. It was a terrifying night for both citizens and police alike. The next day, the newspaper told of the fake broadcast. The headlines claimed that thousands of people had heard and believed it, but none of it was true. So now you need to think, was this a cause and effect or a problem and solution? Then we're going to go down here. Clearly it's a cause and effect. Tells it right here. All right. And we're going to see what's one thing that happened that caused something else to happen. So what is the cause and what is the effect? And then what is another cause and what is another effect? So you're going to have 2 causes from the passage and 2 effects from the passage. And you're going to fill this in on your worksheet that I provided for you. Number 2 says, how has the author organized most of the ideas and details in the text? Which signal words helped you determine the structure? All I want you to do is think about what signal words told you that it was a cause and effect. All right, if you can't find any, that is fine. Just do the best you can. Number 3, describe the overall text structure. You know it's cause and effect. Okay, but what are some details from the passage that told you it was cause and effect? So give me some information from the passage that made it clear to you that this was a cause and effect passage. I'm just asking for you to do the best you can. Okay, if you have a hard time on questions 2 and 3, that is perfectly fine, but I would like for you to at least fill in the boxes with the 2 causes and the 2 effects.